There it
Go.
is. Hey, what's going
There
on?
you go. There you go, sir. How you doing today?
I'm good, dog. It's giving me a little trouble, but here I am.
see, don't feel bad because everybody have their issues when they come in. It's always the case, man.
I feel
So,
it.
she's, so how was your weekend? Because this is a Monday that we're recording this.
My weekend was cool. My birthday was Friday,
Oh,
so
belated happy birthday.
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. It was cool. It was cool. Real chill. I spent it with my family and stuff like that, and we birthday dinners for a couple of days. Went to go. They had that WWE SmackDown in Cleveland. I went to that. That was
Oh,
real fun.
I hate you.
What?
I'm a huge
What's up?
wrestling fan. Dude, I'm a diehard wrestling fan, dog. I watch it all. So,
Yeah, man, perfect timing too, because they just got back, so fans can go to shows.
yeah, yeah. Cause I heard it supposed to be coming to Charlotte. I'm not gonna be able to make it to Charlotte. That ain't gonna happen. So, do you watch wrestling, or do you follow it?
Here and there. I mean, I don't feel like the product is that great these days, but here
No.
and there, I'll check in some stuff, especially when someone like my favorites and stuff is on.
Mm. Like what promotions you look at? Like when you do check in.
Uh, well, of course, WWE.
That's always.
NXT, yeah, NXT, which practically the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
AEW is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's about it. I don't really like here and there. I'll check out like the bigger New Japan shows, but I don't watch it like
Yeah.
consistently enough.
Oh no, I'm on the other spectrum. I'm a diehard. It's like I make it a point to watch it all as much as I can.
I feel
Uh,
you, dog.
you know what I'm saying? But no, you ain't lying. The product compared to what we came from, no.
Yeah,
It,
yeah. It's a little too kiddie. A little too kiddie for
God,
me.
just like with the Alexa Bliss, it just at first it had potential, then it just
Mm.
and the
I was a
Fiend.
little wary at first when the fans came back. I was like, how are they gonna
Mm-hmm.
react to this Bliss stuff? That
Yeah,
whole witchcraft shit, because they
yeah,
can't really do too much of that, shit that they
in the
did when
live.
fans wasn't
Yeah,
there with the cinematic stuff. They live now. There was
yeah,
a little like I don't know, because I
yeah,
watched that the recent pay-per-view, and they was like they like Alexa Bliss. Don't get me wrong,
yeah, yeah.
but when she was doing like witchcraft and shit, they was like, stop that
Uh,
shit. Grab the briefcase and
yeah.
stop that shit.
See, see. If they had kept her to where I felt they should have kept her and Bray together and have
Hmm.
her be like kind of the mouthpiece for the Fiend, even though he might talk. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought that what they were heading with that, and
Yeah, me too.
they kicked Bray to the fucking side of this bitch.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with that. I don't know if he got like some personal issues going on the way he gone, but I ain't seen
I
him
don't know,
since.
man. No, I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. To show you how much I watch wrestling, I remember
Hmm.
watching his granddaddy. That how long I've been watching wrestling, dog.
God damn. Um,
Black Jack Mullet.
Blackjack. Yeah, I didn't even know his dad was IRS.
Yes, Uncle. Hey, no, I will tell you what's funny. People don't remember that Barry had a brother, but he won't shit. Kendall Wendell. He was garbage. He was garbage.
That's funny as hell. Yeah, he's
Hey,
completely forgettable.
oh yeah, but look, let me do my part ticket so we get to this interview. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Smokers Lounge here on Anchor, the perfect app for anyone who's trying to start their podcast career. All you got to do is download the Anchor app onto your phone or go to anchor.fm, get yourself a profile. You can monetize and make money straight today. You can get your stuff distributed, and you ain't got to pay $1 to do this. It's free. So go to anchor.fm or download the Anchor app. I'm your host, Calvin Auburn Southern Champ, aka the Porn Rap Star. Y'all know what it is. Go to allmylinks.com/porn rap star to hear my music, watch my porn, and stream it, as well as follow me on social media. So go to allmylinks.com/porn rap star to find every place I'm at in one spot. We are sponsored by the Facebook and LS community. I'm talking about lsworld.com. Go to today, get yourself a profile, mingle with kink-minded people like yourself, and even find events that you might could attend. Also, we're a proud member of the GW District. Black Podcast Network. I'm talking about multiple podcasts giving you the Black experience. Plus, while you're there, get some shopping done because you can buy health, beauty, fashion, books, different type products from over 500 Black retailers. And if you sell products yourself, you can get a profile and start making money today right now as we speak at shopgwdistrict.com. Buy Black, support Black businesses, build the Black economy so we create generational wealth. Now I'm about to be quiet and let this man and my guest introduce himself.
Oh man. This is Finney of Booby University. You might know me as either. You might know me as Finney, the oil boy, or just straight up Booby University. Checking in. What's up?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what the making the covers. And I was like, yeah, so
you nailed it.
Yeah. So I was like, you using Finney a lot and everything. And you run Booby University.
True.
And I have to say this for a man that been in the business, bruh, you have really made a mark with that Booby University. Most definitely. So, okay, before I even go into how you got the business, what made you go the way of big tits? Because I know that's the strength of your site.
Man, I just always have liked big tits, brother. That was natural for me. The first thing I've ever when I was like, when people was like worrying about their first kiss and stuff like that, I'm staring at a chest. I'm like, oh shit, I'm like, you want to kiss me? I want to touch your titties. That's what I want to do. Oh my god, what? Like that's me. Like, I've always been into like bustier women. That's all I've ever really like taken a liking to growing up.
Yeah, because even with me, like that's probably why I love BBWs for the most part, because they have big titties. I can't do nothing with an A cup. I need something that I can grow and hold and squeeze. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why I be telling people, I was like, yo, I definitely love BBWs. BBWs be having like amazing boobs. And don't get me wrong, I've shot with BBWs who like really didn't have big boobs all like that. I like BBW. But
yeah,
I don't know, man. I really ever dated a woman who didn't have like above big like titty. A double D or something like that.
Yeah.
Like big titties.
Yeah, it's just not as fun. I'm sorry, it's just not, people. I'm sorry. And we love you, small titty women, but it's just not. No, I want to get buried in your chest.
I want to end me. You can end me with those.
You ain't lying. So let's go back to the beginning. What got you in the business?
Oh man, so I don't even remember what motivated this. I just knew I used to make like the YouTube type comedy skits and stuff like that. I've always been into like videography and acting and all that stuff and directing. But I knew hella models just off of the strength of people that I met on social media who liked my videos, people around and stuff like that. So I randomly came up with Booby University, talking to one of my good friends. Her name is Only One Rhonda.
Yeah.
You hip?
Yeah, I heard her. Yeah,
cool people. One of my good friends for like a solid decade now. And we was talking, and I started that. And I was just doing like shout outs, like, cool casual stuff for fun. And I was just getting a lot of traction, more traction than I ever experienced before. So I turned it into like a brand. I was like, okay, do Snapchat shows with like models and stuff like that. And that went well, but Snapchat is mad unstable. You can lose your account like that.
Yeah, real quick.
So I started, when I moved to LA, I just started doing videography. Sometimes for adult stuff, other times for, YouTube type stuff. But I moved out there pretty much just to, bet on myself, try out something different and see what happens, sink or swim. And after trial and error and all that stuff, I'm like, all right, I really want to go in on this Booby University thing. So I just started like filming for models and doing like content trades and stuff like that. And eventually I got a little bit more comfortable doing like on camera stuff. So from then on, it just elevated, content started becoming a lot more.
Hold on. So how do you go from being behind the camera to in front of the camera? Let's talk about that.
a model just be like, "Can I use your dick?" Because I'm like, "All right, bet." I fucking
Hold
go.
on, you just ain't good shit. No, you got to explain that, bro. You got to break that down to the people. Explain to what happened. What caused you? Because I have my story of how I got in it. You feel me? It sounds similar to mine. So how did it ended up? You went behind the camera and this girl said, "Yo, I need you to fuck me on camera. Let's do this." What happened?
Okay, so I was in a relationship for like a good portion of the beginning of this, so I didn't really ever do like on camera stuff. So once that relationship ended, I was still doing like behind the scenes solo type stuff, and then I did a shoot with a model in San Francisco, and I was supposed to like massage her body and stuff like that. So I'm like, all right, cool, getting comfortable doing on camera stuff, but I didn't really show my face back then. So
Mm-hmm.
after that, mid massage, I turn over and she's just kind of like, I want you to fuck me, and I'm like, hard as fuck. So I'm like, damn, I can't turn her down. We gonna do this. I don't know how to shoot it without
Yeah.
showing my face, but fuck it. So I shot it, and we fucked, and it was bomb. And when I edited my own content too, so when I watched it back, and I was like, I ain't about to cut my face out of this. Fuck it. I ain't about to do it. I'm sticking with this.
Mm-hmm.
So after
Yeah,
that,
because
like shots, any shoot I was doing after that, I was still doing solo stuff here and there. I was weaning my way up to doing more boy girl, but I
yeah.
started doing more boy girl stuff and showing my face, and I was like, I love this.
Yeah, because even with me, it was like at first I thought I did terrible. Like I
Mm.
literally thought I did terrible, dog. Until I went back and looked at it and said, "Well, damn, I'm actually pretty good at this shit." Actually, you know what I'm saying? You go back and look, be like, "Yeah, I actually not bad, guy. They got kind of, you know, I could do a little bit better, but shit, for first time though, got them. I look like I know what I'm doing, you know."
Right.
Period. So with you easing yourself into it, how is do you think that helped you to be more comfortable being in front of the camera versus you just got thrown into the fire?
Yeah. I mean, especially doing my own thing,
Mm-hmm.
setting up my own shoots and stuff like that. I was in full control of that stuff. I was like, okay, if I didn't feel comfortable doing boy girl stuff, I just wouldn't. I wouldn't set up
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. I did. I got thrown in that regard with her wanting to fuck, but I still kind of eased my way into it with the shoots after that. I was in
Mm-hmm.
it, but I was doing more soft core stuff like titty sucking,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
playing in the pussy, kissing.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't too much, if any, for the few shoots after that. I didn't fuck anyone. I think the next time I fucked on camera after that was like 2 months later. I went to New York and I shot with these two models, and we were gonna do this threesome concept, and that
Mm-hmm.
was just a fuck fest. That whole thing was just a complete fuck fest. I think after that is when I was just kind of like, oh, I could do this. I fucked
Mm-hmm.
both of them all day, so I could do this.
Yeah. So, but because it's like to men, when we give a good scene, it's just
Hmm.
like we won the championship out of this bitch.
Yes.
It's like you feel good. You might not show it to them. You might go in the bathroom, and be like, "God damn, I tore that pussy up." Yeah, I'm the man out this bitch. Can we shoot another one? I'm ready for another one right now. I'm
Let's
cleaned up.
go.
Go. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Most definitely. So when you like, because I always have dudes who come to me, and I'm pretty sure you get the same thing. Guys
Mhm.
ask how we get the business, this, all these damn questions. So with this being said, when it comes to when you approach a model to work for your company, what's the steps that you take, the things that you do to ensure to show your professionalism and how serious you are in the business?
Okay. So I've shot so much content that I have a phenomenal resume. So I
Mm-hmm.
always include that to where it's like
Mm-hmm.
I can send you a link to my mini vids so you can see the over hundreds of videos I have on there. I can send you
Mm-hmm.
a free trial to my OnlyFans. You can hit the media section on my Twitter page if you want to. It's
Mm-hmm.
tons of content. I've worked with models that, are well established. And I just typically the approach I take, I introduce myself as Finney. I introduced Booby University, working with busty models, but not limited to busty models, women's of all shapes and sizes. I let
Mm-hmm.
them know everything that I do. I direct, I act, I produce. I'm the male talent. I edit the videos. Our turnover rate for editing is phenomenal. Like it's a lot of stuff, and I just throw it in there, and then I just let them know, like, hey, I'm open to collabing with you, and if you're available, test it, of course. I also travel, so I can either fly you to me or, fly to you. So what's up, and you either get a yes or you get a no.
Now, the thing is, and I'm going to say this because I haven't never even said this on any of the episodes with any of the guys. How do a guy balance the flirt thirstiness, because you have some niggas that be thirsty getting to them DMs, with the professionalism? You get where I'm coming from? Because the reason why I say that is because a guy can actually mean well, but can come off like he's just too desperate or too thirsty. You get what I'm coming from? So I just giving different ends of the spectrum when it comes to stuff like that. Go ahead.
God damn, that's a good question. So for me personally, first and foremost, if I have any type of intimidation that's going to make me feel like I'm coming off thirsty, I ain't even approaching you until I'm mentally prepared to approach you, because I don't want to put myself in that position. Second of all, when it comes to professionalism versus flirting, I'm professional off the rip. There is no flirting, none of that stuff. The only time where flirting kicks in is if she flirt with me or give some kind of vibe that, some kind of flirty type vibe. And even then I might not reciprocate. It just kind of feels how natural it feels. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because a lot of people, are flirty off the rip, and it's cool. It'll make your reputation a little questionable. Where it's like, oh, I don't know about him.
Because even with my experiences, girls got put off because I'm so professional. And I'm like, it's nothing personal against you, boo. I'm not about to have nobody say talking about something. Yeah, he was all trying to fuck me and rub my ass, this, that, third. And I had girls like, you ain't gonna smack me on the ass? I'm like, pop. Okay.
It's a vibe thing, dog. It's a vibe thing. You gotta be able to catch that vibe, like, and it don't feel unnatural. 9 out of 10 times with the models I work with, if we ever get to like a flirty level, it is mutual because there's a comfortable vibe.
Yeah. Because with guys understand, you're going to fuck her anyway.
Regardless, y'all gonna fuck. So
yeah, and you're there for business purposes. So how important is it from because you on both sides of the camera? How important is to separate personal from business when you deal with these ladies?
Personal from business, oh man. It's rare that I ever let it reach a personal
the name
level.
of the podcast, before you answer that, the name of the podcast is "Smoke This Over." Go ahead.
I feel you, man. Listen, okay, so like I said, rarely I let it get to a personal level. If it gets to a personal level, it's just natural. You know what I'm saying? I naturally vibed with that person. So, personal for me is just like a friendship and shit. We just chop it. And we have a natural vibe. There's that sexual chemistry. But, and I can be honest, when you end up in situations like that, the scene be a lot better. You're a lot more comfortable and you're going to fuck the shit out of her. So you see that with a lot of the models that you may see me collab with more than once. Those scenes that are like, oh shit, that should say 30 minutes, goddamn. Versus that one like, oh, that one say 8. Ooh, he must not be fucking with her like that. But I always try to like see the thing with me during a scene. There's always going to be professionalism. That's not going nowhere because I have to do so much. You know what I'm saying? I gotta man the camera. I gotta make sure angles is right. I gotta make sure, she looking good. She feeling good. She's comfortable. It's a lot, especially as a male talent, because you can fuck up easily. So it's like it's a lot that you gotta like juggle. So the professionalism's always going to be there. But if you've established some kind of personal vibe, go with it. Just go with it. It's fine.
Now the other thing is that's not sexy to talk about. It's boundaries. How important is it to discuss boundaries, especially on the man side of things, our boundaries when it comes to being on camera, as well as knowing her boundaries?
It's mandatory. It's mandatory before y'all even meet. For me, anyways, that's a phone discussion.
Yeah,
See, I
me.
don't go. I don't just go into shoots without having a conversation in advance, or maybe a couple of conversations in advance. Because for one, I'm going to ask her what her boundaries are. I'm gonna be
Mhm,
like, okay, what are you into and what are you not into? And then if she don't have a straight up answer and she needs a little bit more to go off of, I'll be like, okay, so this is what I'm into. My
mhm,
content is a little bit more sensual. So
mhm,
you'll get like kissing from me, body worshiping and stuff like that. Maybe some ass smacking, but as far as all that other stuff go, that's you got to green light me on what you're okay with. I ain't
mhm,
calling you out your name. I don't care if you give me permission or not. I'm not bopping you in the back of the head or any of that rough
mhm.
shit that you into. It's not me. I don't do anal to you or to me, please and thanks. Um,
Yes,
and
now you got to actually uh make that known. But go ahead.
mhm. Yeah, because you go ahead and fuck around and try to put your finger in the butt. She go fuck around if you want to. She gonna throw that arm back like pow.
Yeah, you and some of them girls got a nice hook. They got a
Mm-hmm.
nice hook. Don't get it twisted.
Bop your ass. But yeah, I discuss all of that stuff, and then I ask them what they're into, and it helps me with kind of directing how the scene is going to go, anyways. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Knowing what they're into and what they're not into, so we can give the best, most believable performance.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Now it's interesting that you said you like to do the central scenes. Now
Hmm.
we in the age where you got the cell phone. They fucking fuck. Why are you making a point to do sensual, sexual, touching, affectionate scenes?
Man, I feel like what I do is a nice balance between professionalism and amateur.
Okay.
A lot of people love that amateur type style to where it looks believable, while professional is more so just based off of how good it looks, angle
Mm-hmm.
wise, quality wise, and stuff. I like that nice balance. So for me, I'm like, okay, you're going to get that sensual vibe because for one, it's going to come off legit. It's going to come off
Mm-hmm.
real. You don't get that in a lot of like big production
Yeah.
porn. They just kind of get straight to it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I like to mix it up and do something a little different. And then once we get to the action itself, like past the body
Mm-hmm.
worship and we just fucking, yeah, it's going to feel a little bit more like a amateur style type shooting because that's what a lot of people who watch porn are more into. I like to give
Mm-hmm.
that variety.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah. Because I always said that when it comes to when I tell people professional porn, so understand this, that
Mhm.
the shit that people are doing now is not good. And what I explain to people is that it's about your lights, your camera. It's not just about the cell phone.
Facts.
Because if you're a good producer, you can take a old school 12 megapixel bullshit ass. You press the button, the lens come out, retract, extract, retract, whatever the fuck you want to call it, camera, and you make that shit look like it's 4K. I've done it. So to me, that's the kicker is that what I see with you, you give them the reality, but you give them a professional look with the reality. You feel where I'm coming
Yeah.
from? So that
Listen, I
which
pride myself on that shit. I spent thousands of dollars
yeah.
on the best GoPro, on the 6K camera. Even when
Mhm.
I need the phone to get certain angles, I upgraded to. I always try to make sure I got the newest phone with the best camera possible. So like I like angles, quality, all of that stuff matters to me. You know what I'm saying? Because yes, I pride myself on how the stuff looks. You know.
Mhm. Yeah, most most definitely. Because like I said, I mean, I see you that shot with an array of ladies. So you have been definitely on a role and developing a name in the business,
A complete
hands
whorebag.
down. But see,
It's cool. You can say it. I'm a full whore.
I
That's
mean,
cool.
but that's what we're here for. I
Yeah.
mean, because what people don't understand when we come in this business, we got to come in the business looking for some pussy
Yep.
because we can't make our money unless we have a co-star.
Facts.
Period. So I want you to speak to that because even to the point that also men have to take into account that we also will have a gay fan base.
Yep. Man. So I guess for me personally, I don't really do much solo content. Like here and there, I'll tinker with it, but I don't really get too much of a reaction on that. You know what I'm saying? They know what they're here for. I know what they're here for.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of fortunate enough that I don't have to really step outside of my comfort zone when it comes to my content
Mm-hmm.
creating and stuff like that. But I can acknowledge that I do have those fans, male, who be checking for me. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I always show them love and stuff like that. And if they do want to see a specific thing that I am comfortable doing, then I
Mm-hmm.
will provide that. You know what I'm saying? You want to take
Mm-hmm.
care of everybody because at the end of the day, they ain't got to be your fan. They ain't got to be there, but they
No.
are. And especially somebody like me, I've never not been grateful for the position that I'm in. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't take this shit for granted. Any fan that come to me and talk to me respectfully, we
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
talk. Yeah, we gonna show love, and even on that note, when it comes to the disrespect and shit like that, it's about how you handle stuff like that. I don't get out of pocket. I don't try to argue with
Mm-hmm.
nobody or nothing like that. I try to get stuff from their perspective. If it's legitimate criticism, we can talk. If it's hate, I'll address it as such, and wish you the best.
Move on.
Go about your business and move on. You ain't about to find me on Twitter cussing nobody out or nothing like that.
Oh no, no. I might rant every now and then, but no, no, I ain't gonna go through all that. But
Yeah.
be it that you're a producer and a talent, all right, how do you run your set?
How do I run my set? Okay, so I have my lights, my production lights. I try to put them somewhere. I'll make sure that if I'm using natural light, I'm using natural light. If I'm not, close the windows, get the lights going, put them somewhere that's powerful enough but still out of frame. You know what I'm saying? We're not perfect. Sometimes we might fuck up, get a little too into the scene, and shoot at an angle where you can see the lights. It happens. But I always try to, if I'm not shooting a POV, I try to put the camera somewhere like a fair side point of the bed. That way we can kind of move
Mm-hmm.
around a little bit and get everything we need to get. But at the same time, as the director, I have to mind where the camera is. So I have to
Mm-hmm.
shoot in certain, we can do any position, but I gotta kind of like get out of that holy shit, we fucking let's go headspace and get into the director headspace. Like, okay, we fucking, but we gotta fuck this way. You know what I'm saying? You got semen dick going in the pussy, but I
Yeah.
like it this way. I'm like, look, we is shooting content. Do you want to make $100 or $1,000? Turn this way.
See, I think the biggest misconception people think that what we do is so easy. That we're just fucking, there's no purpose, we just screwing, they don't understand the angles that we have to do, especially as a male talent.
Mm-hmm.
And even as a cameraman, filming another male talent and a female talent, getting the angles and stuff like that. Speak to, the stuff that we have to do is on set that people don't
Listen,
really understand, or they might think. You feel what I'm coming
listen.
from?
Angles is extremely important for a male talent. Almost any angle, unless the model tells you it ain't working out for her, almost any angle is good for the girl. You're gonna see
Yeah.
some ass, you're gonna see some titties, she's gonna look great. But you gotta be like particular and pay attention to shit as the male talent. They gotta be
Mm-hmm.
able to see your dick going inside of her. You
Yeah.
gotta shoot from an angle that's not completely
Yeah.
cropping you out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's
Yeah.
like, okay, you just dick, or this is a collab with the both of you. Because if you just dick, then fuck you. You ain't got you can crop yourself
Yeah.
out. That is what it is. But if you are a male talent and both of you are on screen, you also have to shoot from angles that work out for you. That was a problem for me in the beginning because I was shooting in the most flattering angles for the girl,
Mhm.
but I would crop myself out of a lot of stuff. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't do that. They is my fucking brand. What I look like cropping myself out? So I've
Yeah.
made for certain that like I start shooting from angles that worked
Mhm.
out, and you can see both
Mhm.
of us, and it looks great.
Mhm.
And just you can't as a male talent, you can't be selfish either when you fucking because a lot of times we fucking to get a nut. You can't do
Yeah.
that as a male sex worker. You
Yeah.
can't.
No, you can't. You can't.
Nah, you
Because
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 like
also I want you to explain to these young male talents, these guys
mhm,
that just get in business. You got to learn to pace your strokes.
yep.
And please tell them the importance of it, because I'm not gonna say, I'm gonna let you say it. I want to see if
Listen,
if if
okay,
if you feel where I'm coming from, if we on
okay.
the same page. Go ahead.
So you gotta decide what kind of video you shooting. You shooting the 5 minute video or you shooting the 20 minute video. And just because it's a 20 minute video don't mean you're gonna be fucking for 20 minutes. All right? No, that's post edit. So it's going to
Yeah.
be longer than that. So yes, it is very important for you to pace your stroke. Y'all are shooting porn. You ain't just hitting her, okay? So it's fine to like, stroke slow at first. And if you feel you got a nut, either stop stroking, slow it up, or do something different, like eat a pussy, change a different
Yeah.
positions so you can
Yeah.
get your head together and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And God forbid, if you nut or you got a nut, for one, get the cum shot. Don't miss that. You can throw that at
Yeah.
the end later. Get the nut shot.
Yeah.
Do not fuck that up. But keep going. Clean yourself up and keep going. Or take a
Yeah.
break if you need to take a break. That is the reality of what we do. It
Mhm.
looks like sometimes it is. Sometimes it's fluid. We just shoot a full fuck scene. We come at the end. But
Yeah.
sometimes shit happens. You
Yeah.
come too early, or you don't come at all, and you're like an hour in, and it's like, bruh, get the spunk. Like, get the spunk, man. You take it too long, bruh. Or something like it's a reality as a male talent, and you gotta like be able
I
to
remember
be
that
prepared.
one time I watched this dude pound this girl for 45 minutes, could not come. And he sat there in his boxes for another 30 minutes. I said, dude, we're not shooting anymore. We're done. I just Playboy it. And for people to understand, when we say Playboy it, you fade it out like in Playboy. Because
Hmm.
Playboy never showed the pop shot. They always faded out shit. Actually, they don't really
Hmm.
show dick and pussy. They made a point for
Hmm.
that.
I
Period.
mean, I
So
know something that you could do just to kind of give. Maybe y'all don't know this. Maybe I'm teaching y'all something new. I mean, I
yeah.
don't really get to do this often because I am a nigga that nuts. So
Yeah,
it is what it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
But if God forbid you in a situation to where it's like you ain't coming, um, you better fake cream pie that bitch. You better be
Yeah.
stroking her and then act like you just nutted in her, and then grab
Yeah,
something that
I did that
resembles
before.
nut
I
and
before
wipe
did
it
that.
right on her pussy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't do that before. You trust me on that. So speaking of that, I always tell guys, don't be scared to do the little energy pills or what have you. Period. And don't be ashamed of it. Because what we're professional. And the point is to make the scene look good. Because we're not just doing just maintenance fuck,
Mhm.
which is basically, doggy style. We might not even get head that night. Just doggy style. You know what I'm saying? No, we gotta
Right.
do right. We gotta put on the table. We gotta do this. Speak to all that, man.
In regards to, you said like energy pills and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so as a male talent, you got to do what you got to do. All right,
Mhm.
if you not like naturally, you know, for one, getting up, staying up, and doing what you got to do, then you got to take the initiative to kind of figure something out. If
Mhm.
you like, okay, I'm about to shoot a marathon, whether it's with multiple models or I'm about to shoot a crazy long scene with this model. If you know yourself enough to know that you can't naturally just do it on your own, then it's fine to invest in one of those like sex pills from the sex store or something like that. To do
Yeah.
your research first.
Blue Chew.
Um, yeah, Blue Chew. If you need something prescribed, do that. With the needle in your dick. I don't know what they do with that. But I've heard horror
I
stories.
ain't no hell in. Hey, look, if I ever got to do a needle, I'm done fucking. Forget porn. I'm done fucking altogether. I'm like, hey, nah, I'm good.
You said, well, that's a wrap.
I
But
I eat this thing. We good.
and then at the same time, you know, just to like, counteract that,
Yeah.
you get burned out sometimes, and that's fine if eventually you're doing so much fucking that your body just kind of like, I don't feel like it, bro. I've been doing this for a minute. That's fine.
Yeah.
No one to take a fucking break. No, no,
Yeah.
no one to sit down and be like, all right, I'm gonna take like a week or two off, and then I'm gonna get back to this because your self
Mm,
care is very important.
yeah.
It's very important. This point ain't going nowhere. You're gonna get right back to it when you're ready, but take care of your body because your body is
Hmm.
the bag.
Hmm. Now you being a boss, excuse you run a brand, a very strong
Mhm.
brand, I may say.
Thank
How
you.
do you deal with the up and downs when it comes to sales? Because see, that's the one.
Ooh.
Look, yeah, I talk about the shit that ain't sexy. No one wants to talk about 1 month is great, the next month, what the fuck? You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So talk about that at the same time. Talk about the things that you do to help boost your sales.
Um, I do a couple of different things. Um, the number one thing that I can do is it's important to know your fan base and what they like, and in my case, who their favorites are. So
Mm-hmm.
if I know there's a particular model that outsells everybody or something like that, set up a collab with her ASAP and
Mm-hmm.
shoot some content because you're gonna make money off of that. If you're and then I don't like to do this often because a lot of times they fantasy book some shit that I'm not capable of setting up. But sometimes it's
Mm-hmm.
okay to ask them, hey, who do y'all want me to collab with? And if I can make it happen, I'll make it happen. I'll make money off of that. If I can't do that and it's one of those down months, um,
Mm-hmm.
here and there it's okay to do like some kind of like percentage off sale. Just don't get too crazy with it because then your fans is gonna kind of be like, well, I'm gonna wait until he do a sale. I'm never gonna subscribe for a price.
Mm-hmm.
Have multiple platforms: OnlyFans, free OnlyFans, mini vids, just for fans, loyal fans, AVN stars. Like, don't just chill one place because OnlyFans might be a rough month, but mini vids is doing numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then fully explore everything that these platforms have. Like mini vids for example, I did mini vids, I was posting videos, um, and then I discovered the membership thing. I was like, okay, I
Mm-hmm.
can do the membership. And they can subscribe to that. Cool. That was doing good. Then I discovered MiniVids Crush. And I was like, oh, okay. That's another thing I can make money on. Let me invest in that. Cool. And then when it comes to OnlyFans, do not be afraid to resell things. Because
Mm-hmm.
take into account, you get new subscribers every month.
Mm-hmm.
So you can resell something that you sold 2 months ago in your DMs or something like that and resell it again. And be like, hey, I shot this video with Bria Monet. What's up? Y'all trying to check it out? Hell yeah! I just got here. I want to buy that. But
Yeah, you shot Brick Monet. Good night, boy.
just
That was,
you gotta think. Don't just take the
mhm.
L. But sometimes it's unavoidable. Sometimes people ain't just
Now,
got money.
now, now, recently, Christopher
Hmm.
Sale, Mini Vids, all of them are really starting to ask for the ID and the paperwork wrap. Now, I have my opinion upon that, and
Hmm.
my opinion is basically is hogwash and bullshit to me.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, you're not sending them W-9 forms, nor are you paying these ladies who that we're being forced to give up their social security number, address, and the whole nine, and we don't even know if y'all gonna be selling this to advertisers. But that's another conversation for another day.
Right.
Now, with that, as a producer, how do you plan? How do you look to adjust to deal with them changing on the fly the way that what paperwork is accepted, ID, and the whole nine? Because I'm seeing a lot of issues coming.
Uh,
Like,
well, for me, um, typically on the platforms that I be on, I'm fortunate enough that like MiniVids and OnlyFans for certain, most of the models that I work with are on those sites. So all you
mm-hmm,
got to do is tag them, and that covers it. That proves that they are, they're legit. Same way that you
mm-hmm,
do on like Twitter or something like that. You can do it the same way on both. Now, just in case, regardless, if we shoot, we doing model releases.
yeah,
We taking pictures of each other's IDs, front and back,
mm-hmm.
and we taking pictures of us holding the ID and the paperwork
See,
because that pretty much covers the bases of in
see,
most
y'all
of
are so
any apps.
lucky. You're lucky because see, I'm old school. I started in 2006.
Hmm.
So, like, to a certain extent, they weren't doing it like that at all. And
Right.
then you're talking about a dude like me have to go find females who I haven't talked to in decades. I don't even know if they fucking breathing. They're alive out this bitch. We done had a pandemic. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you asking me for all this and stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like whoever come in this situation is kind of blessed because they ain't gonna have to deal with what anybody had to do. People that came into it 5 or even a year ago. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I mean, don't get me wrong. We still had to deal with that, especially like with
Mm-hmm.
OnlyFans when it started cracking down. I had content that I posted a year ago, and then there was messaging me like, yeah, we took that shit down. I
Yeah.
was like, why? And they're like, oh yeah, you need a model release for this girl. I was like, I ain't talked to this girl in forever. Does she even like me anymore? Let me message her.
That's what I'm saying. It's other girls we don't even talk to. We ain't even friends
Yeah.
with. We done fell
Like,
out with in
bro,
some
this
way,
is the
shape.
sex work industry. Sometimes, a lot of times, you end up falling out with a lot of these models, and then
Yeah.
you got to hit her up. But then again, you think about it. I was like, damn, she posted the content too, so she gonna need my ID. Yeah, she better put her
Yeah.
pride to the side and let's have this conversation.
Yes, sir. Because
Mm-hmm.
they called me, they will call you because you was in the
Yep,
scene.
yep. Your shit got taken down just like mine. Let's do this exchange and then never talk again.
Yeah, because even to the point that people don't realize that, like I said, the sales go up and down. Because even when you see the girls, people want to post, put what percentage they are on OnlyFans. Don't realize that they've been keeping that same percentage for the past month, but they haven't seen that percentage in a month.
Mm-hmm.
Period. So it's kind of like it makes it seem what we do is easy. It makes it seem what we do is not special. It normalizes it too much.
Right. I
Period.
agree.
It's, the celebrities started jumping in on it. I was like, well, damn, Sukihana got goggling the dick now? What the fuck?
That was brief. She did that for like a month and then quit.
Yeah, I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But made enough to get a pink Bentley. I have to give her props. Go ahead, girl.
Thanks, OnlyFans. I always wanted to take one of those new car thanks OnlyFans pics.
Thank you for the money.
New
Oh my,
house. Thank you.
you ain't lying. So in your personal life, do you have a problem? I mean, I don't know if you got a girlfriend, married, or what have you. Do you run into any misconceptions because you do the adult film? Is it if you're single, do you find it hard to date or even bring up that conversation on a date?
If I'm single, um, typically I like to keep it in the business. So I'm
Hmm.
probably going to date another sex worker because they
Okay.
just kind of get it, And
Hmm.
then that type of relationship in itself is like cool because, like, the girl I'm currently talking to, is a sex worker,
Hmm.
and we able to discuss stuff and relate on a lot of stuff, help each other with content, with shoots and stuff like that, and you
Hmm.
know all that cool stuff. So I mean, as long as I've been in the sex work industry, I've only dealt with women that were also sex workers. Fortunately, I can't really see
Yeah.
myself in this position talking to somebody who ain't.
Yeah, actually, it's not as fun. To be honest with you,
But to be
period.
fair, sometimes not even sex workers can handle what you do.
True.
Real shit. Because I asked in advance, I'll be like, yo, I know you a sex worker, right? And you might have dated somebody that wasn't a sex worker, and you had to ask them, hey, can you handle this? And either he
Yeah.
could or he couldn't. Probably couldn't because you're talking to me. But now I'm asking
Hmm.
you the same thing. I know you're a sex worker, but have you ever dated another sex worker? No. Yeah, okay. You think you can handle it? Are you secure enough that you can go on Twitter and see me fucking the shit out of somebody you just followed? You know, or something
Hmm.
like that. Like yes or no, we'll see. But
And
just
what's funny is some girls is in the business that was sitting there be like, no, I can't have you do the sex work business. I can't date a dude that's in the sex work business. Really? So that means the dude that you're dating going to have to deal with the fact that you're in the sex work business. I mean, you can't help
you
but be
over there
part.
getting you just got hit in a damn orgy, but I can't fuck one girl. Okay,
I'm
I
saying,
see what this. I see what this is.
she, yeah, you a little selfish motherfucker.
Yeah, but I would never compromise my career for a woman. So I mean, if the woman can't handle
Yeah,
it, then she just can't handle it, and we ain't about to do
yeah,
nothing.
yeah, yeah. Because the ex before I was with my wife. Yeah, she couldn't handle it no more, and I said, you gotta go.
Yep,
You gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen girls who leave the business because of a guy and then they back 2 years later
yep.
because
When that
they
relationship
broke up
falters.
and the career ain't the same.
Or I noticed the all of a sudden it become a couples account, and
Yeah,
like, oh, it's me and dude now. Like, oh, okay. And then dude make his own account.
yeah.
Look at me, I'm doing my thing, and then they break up. And
Oh
then she back
God.
out. Then she back out here trying to do content trades and shit. And it's like,
Mhm.
oh, hey, how you doing?
Yeah. Which speaks to the reason why I tell girls you always want to have a professional male talent that you work with, whether it's content, especially on the content trade level,
Mm-hmm.
and I want you to speak to that, why that is important versus you're trying to do it or be willing to work with other guys. Let's make that clear. Willing to work with other guys. Why that is very important.
To work with more so professional male talent.
Male talents, guys, not just one. Like you just stuck with one.
Oh, okay. For one, you gotta, take into account the cross promotion that you're going to get with working with other new talent and males and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? His fans are now being introduced to you. Your fans are being introduced to him. Now, if you just dropping the same content with the same guy and stuff like that, it's gonna get stale. Eventually, they're gonna clamor for more. This is an insatiable business.
Mm-hmm.
Fans is always they want one thing and then they see it, they get what they was clamoring for, and then they want something else.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to do that when you're making the same content with the same person.
Yeah.
With solo content and stuff like that. So it is important sometimes to be able to mix it up. Even if I'm in even if I'm in a committed relationship, like
Mm-hmm.
personally,
Mm-hmm.
I'm still probably shooting with other female talent and stuff like that because
Mm-hmm.
I know if I don't, it's going to damage my sales. So
Yes.
I need the person that that doesn't completely eliminate you from dating because you can be with somebody like look at top porn stars in the industry. A lot of them are married. You can't even tell
Mm-hmm.
because they fucking the shit out of all these girls. But
Yes.
they have an understanding of their relationship. So you got to have that conversation. You like a lot of times I see people like get in these conditional relationships where it's like, all right, you can keep making porn, but I'm the only person that you can fuck, and it's like, ooh, that's gonna hurt you. But you two in love to see that right now, but you'll see it
Mm-hmm.
down the line. Unfortunately, that's the reality of it. But yeah, me personally, even if I'm like hardcore married and shit like that, I'm still
Yeah.
working with other female talent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, and the whole point of this is it's work.
That's exactly what it is. It is
It's
work.
work.
This ain't for
It's
fun.
work.
I'm not just
No.
fucking her to fuck her. Like, so don't look at it like you cheating
Mm.
with her, ain't you? I'm like, what? What are we even doing here?
Shit, I haven't talked to her in a month.
I only
And
talk
that
to
was
her
the
when the
last time
camera
we
is on.
talked.
Yeah, I cheated with her. It's on my minivids. You want to go look?
Yeah, I cheated to make money. Yes, I'm such a
Yeah,
cheat.
my cheating paid
Yeah.
the rent this month. So what about you? Your cheating put us in therapy. So
Tell everybody where they can find you, man.
listen, you
Oh,
can catch me, Booby University, on minivids, Twitter. My Twitter's lit. Follow me there. Finn the real one, Finn with two N's on Instagram. Minivids is the Booby University. All of you fucking freeloaders can follow me on Pornhub and get those free clips that you can jack off to in under 5 minutes, whatever you're into. Booby University. If you want the OnlyFans experience, but you're a freeloader, you can follow the free OnlyFans at Booby You Free. One word, Booby You Free. I believe that's all my platforms. So
see,
definitely follow me on
see.
Twitter though, because Twitter's lit.
Now I'm gonna tell you what's funny. This episode
Mm-hmm.
was so good that even if I didn't want to bring it back, which that's a lie because I know I'm gonna bring them back. I have to bring them back. There's so much we didn't even touch because I didn't even
Yeah.
talk to you about the free OnlyFans and break that down to people how that works. See,
Ooh.
so but we gonna save that for another episode because you're gonna come back as a smoke buddy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Most definitely. Life is
Bring
a
out my
learning
hookah.
experience. What's the point of the experience if you didn't learn anything? Smoke that over. Thank you for coming to the lounge, man.
Hey man, appreciate you having me.
No doubt.
All right, peace.